Who doesn't love all things Christmas? Hey guys, it's Tanya with Scraptastic Creations. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using the Reindeer Memories Scrapbooking Workshop Kit by Stampin' Up. I love those stickers. They are a high quality. And this paper pack is just gorgeous, and it comes with extra sheets. And I love, most importantly, these die cut little punch out sheets. They are amazing embellishments. So it also comes with some cardstock, and there is plenty of cardstock, as you can see. And this kit creates 3 double page layouts, and it has the cutting guide for dimensions, so it's easy peasy. And you also have some photo placement cards in case you don't have your photos ready. I'm going to use the cardstock, the sticker sheet, and those 2 gorgeous red polka dot sheets out of that kit. But I want to pull in this candy cane piece of paper out of this kit, which is Snow Days Memory Kit. So there's a quick peek at that. These are some of my silly girls. This was Christmas Eve last year, and we bought the kids all matching pajamas. And I set my camera down, and I came back like the next day or the day after to look at my Christmas photos, and I saw these crazy photos of the girls doing a little photo shoot and being pretty silly. So I thought, well, why not scrapbook them, because it's a super fun memory. I cut 2 2.5 by 12-inch strips of that red polka dot piece, and I'm going to put that across the top. But I'm going to kind of change that up later on, and you'll see. And then I cut that really pretty candy cane print, and it's nice and subtle, but it is the perfect detail behind those photos, and I love it. So I'm just going to put that, and it's like 6 inches by 10 inches, and it goes across right there over behind my photos. Okay, stick with me here. I'm going to pull in this a little bit festive. This is just a small kit, but small it is not. This has journaling cards, like Picture My Life cards, and all of these die cuts. And I want to use these die cuts as my embellishment pieces, along with that sticker sheet from my main paper kit and this candy cane sheet. I love this little candy cane sheet, and I decided that I needed this to add into all of my reds. And then I'm going to use some of those other pieces to coordinate and add some journaling tags later on. I matted my photos in garden green cardstock, and isn't that candy cane strip up top really cute? I'm going to bring in some die cuts off of that a little bit festive, and then I want to use that border off of that sticker sheet from my main kit, but it's not quite 12 inches, so I'm going to do a little sticker die cutting. I'm going to actually remove that border strip and put it back on my sticky sheet and just cut out the negative part, the trash part, and I'm going to use the little strips across that and then cut the ends to just stick along there and make them 12 inches long. This was pretty easy to do by just cutting it in half and then cutting the little end piece off that stuck up. I'm going to stamp my title with the Snow Day stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that "What Fun" on cardstock using these Spot on Nature dies. How cute is that? I stamped that in red, and I mounted that with that garden green cardstock, and then I brought in that really fun enamel effects in real red, and it's just like using like Ranger liquid pearls or Nuvo drops, and it is so cute. So that's that stamp set again. And then I want to bring in the reindeer memories. So I want to stamp, I'm going to do a little stamp mask in there and stamp that little O at the top. So it's "Oh, what fun." And I stamped that in garden green. Now to embellish, I'm going to bring in Reindeer Fun, and I love this stamp set. It comes with all these extra die cuts. So not only are there dies to cut your stamp sets, but there's the extra pieces, and this little deer is so cute. I love the present too, but let's cut that deer. So I cut those pieces using espresso, crumb cake, and pecan pie, and then I'm going to put them together, but I want to do a little ink distressing on the front piece of that, and I'm just going to bring in my blending brush and do a little bit of that. And I did that before I glued it, and then I also put a little tiny piece of red cardstock behind there so I can make a little Rudolph, and it matched my kid's pajamas, and I thought he's so cute peeking out of that title. Now I'm going to pull in some of the die cuts from that A Little Bit Festive, and pretty much I use a lot of these for all of my embellishments. I'm just going to tuck them, put them on top, and I'm going to even go back in and do a little bit of edge distressing around some of them just to give them a little bit clearer edging, and it kind of helps them stand up off of from out behind the other embellishments and kind of off of my page. Look at that candy cane. I love that candy cane. And then that joy I got off the sticker sheet, and I'm just playing and moving all of these around to where I want them. Cut a second one of those circles, a little bit different pattern this time, and then another garden green circle for behind it, and I'm going to use that as a landing spot for my embellishment clusters so they don't get lost in the background. And I'm going to bring in some more of those die cuts off the A Little Bit Festive and just play around with them and just kind of stack them and move them, and I really love how this is coming out. I cut a couple of basic tags using that A Little Bit Festive paper, and I'm just kind of like playing around with them and kind of fitting them, seeing what pattern I like, what stands out, what doesn't stand out. And I love the little ornament one in the background and that little tree. I just think those are so cute, and I will edge distress around those as well to make them stand up. I'm going to bring in that little joy sticker over top of those tags, and then I pulled these off of the die cuts from that main kit that I was using, and I'm just going to play around with those and find them. It's just a little bit more detail, and I think that's so cute. I also liked kind of putting them where I was just showing you on both sides, on the left side and the right side, and I was thinking of cutting that in half and putting that there, but to tell you the truth, I forgot all about it, but I think it would look super cute if you put it there. Okay, I'm really loving this layout, but I'm feeling like it's a little off balance. So I want to take that red and bring it down to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut an inch of that completely off. Even though it's glued down, I'm going to do a little bit of mending, like a band-aid on my layout. Before I cut my red down, I want to do a little bit of ink distressing. So just like I added to that little deer, I am going to take a blending tool, and you can use a sponge or any blending tool that you have, and I'm just going to add a little bit of pecan ink, and I'm just going to edge distress around all of my pieces and give it just this will help it stand up off of the page, and it gives it a separation from layer to layer, and I love this, and I do this probably on most of the layouts that I create. It's just a really pretty finishing touch, and it draws everything together, and I love it. Hit that thumbs up if you're enjoying this video, and don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment and let me know, would you use more than one paper pack on your layout? See how adding that ink around the edges really made that pop up from the background, and even around the embellishments, it just added the perfect detail, and it's something really simple to do. I'm feeling like this needs a little bit of green, so I'm going to pull in some sprigs, and I'm going to distress them, and I'm going to show you how I distress them. And I got them from that winterly treetops, and you can use any kind of branches or sprigs that you have in your die collection. But I'm just going to grab some scratch paper and that same garden green ink and a blending brush, and I'm going to lay my pieces out, and I'm not going to color the whole thing. I'm just going to add a little bit of ink on, tap it off, and then just do towards the end and partly up there, or you can do the tip of it and just work your way down about 3/4 of the way. And this is the way to add detail. I'm going to speed this section up quite a bit, but I just wanted you to see the process of me fussing with these sprigs and their placement so you can kind of have an idea about what I do and where I choose my placement. I'm going to put this in all 3 of my embellishment clusters. I went ahead and added some white thread to my, or twine to my tags, and then I added this gold twisted twine to the top of my tags, and I tied a bow so it gave it that really cute second little effect there. And I will leave all of these products linked in the description box below if you want to use the same ones that I used. So now I want to bring that red paper down at the bottom, and I'm going to literally take my whole layout and stick it right in my paper trimmer. I know, super scary, but I'm going to cut off just 1/2 inch, and I am going to add that to a piece of white cardstock, and I will stick that. It's a small piece of white cardstock, like 2 inches, and I will stick that across the bottom and then just glue that at the bottom and add a little bit more of edge distressing around there, and you will never know, it's going to look perfect. But do you see how that grounds it and just adds that additional touch down there and brings that red to the bottom and makes my layout a little more balanced? Just in case it sounded confusing, let me show you how I glued that onto those strips, and then I'm going to add a little bit of inking around there, and then I will glue that underneath of the bottom of my layout, and you will not even be able to tell. I'm going to bring in these cute little adhesive backed peppermints, and they're thin and soft and so cute, and they add a perfect little touch. And I want to keep this process in so you can see I like to work in odd numbers, and usually 3 to 5, and I place them around each one of my embellishment clusters, again to complement that visual triangle. This will draw your eye around your entire page. When I stamped that O for my title, I stamped it in red and green, and I decided to use the red part and cut off the O and use that for a little, word piece over on that 3rd embellishment cluster on the right-hand side. And I know you can't see it, but I covered my photos and added a little bit of gold splatter or shimmer spray around my 3 embellishment clusters, and I love the sparkle that it gives. And I'm just going to give you a little closer look. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you're looking for more inspiration, check out my next video following this. Until next time, friends.